Hello gamers, Toaster here again with another replay. This is not an Ace Tanker replay, but it's kind of a replay to show you how to play when there's very uneven teams. And you don't need XVM to know that Yujo and Mahao and Havoc are all good clans. And so really I didn't need that to show that, but it does help illustrate that our team is less skilled than the enemy team, and I'm going to play accordingly. I am in the Centurion 7-1. However, I don't have the top gun on this or the top engine on this, so I've got to play. I fire a lot of gold in this game because my pen is 226 and it's only 265, and I'm going to be facing IS7s and VK 7201Ks and things like that. So let's go ahead and get the replay started. We'll talk a little bit about yeah, we have 258 penetration for 230 damage, which is not stellar, which is why I've been kind of avoiding playing this tank. But on that 5 times weekend, I wanted to play it, so I went ahead and did that, and this is the result basically. So the one thing I have going for me is I have good gun depression and I've got a pretty good turret. So especially if I can keep them below me, any enemies. So that's what I plan on doing. I know that in general, Unicums are either going to be quite passive or very aggressive. And in this matchmaking, with as heavy as their tanks are, I see them being very aggressive. And so I'm going to get in a position that I think I can at least help the team a little bit. So that 30B does a little handbrake turn and I do a little damage to him, no harm done. So there's a Lorraine 40T up here. I would imagine, and we catch the Cannon Yak Panzer crossing. I don't know why he would go to that position, but whatever. And I spy the Lorraine 40T. He's a decent player, as is his platoon mate. We're able to get a shot in the Carnarvon as he crosses with our great gun depression. And but I expect to see both of those Lorraines there. So we do have, we fired at the weak spot and just happened to miss, basically, on the... And we missed again. The side bulbs on that VK are quite weak. I don't know what their armor value is, but you can see I can pen them and barely get the shot in before that Progetto gets a shot. So I've noticed that the T-30 had fired. So even though it's not a penning shot, I shot the tracks on that IS-7 on purpose because I do not have the caliber of gun to track him. So I want to make sure that I weaken his tracks so that I can track him, and I'm just playing patient. I'm just playing the game of what's around me, what could hit me, and the answer is pretty much nothing at this point. So he sees that I'm playing cagey and he kind of gives up on me. And he's going to support this other VK. I do miss a rear shot on an IS-7, which is too bad. But what I notice right here is that 40T seems to be alone. And if that's the case, I want to kill him off so that I can get around this VK. Because this Patriot is not going to last long, right? But I do have an M103 down behind me and a Progetto, the new Italian tank, and so I want to get rear shots if I can on these guys. However, it doesn't quite work out that way, and we do take a shot from an IS-3 for our troubles. But we're able to hit the IS-7, and you know, he's overextended because his friend died, and we're able to help do some damage and get a kill on him. So we're up to 2 kills. We've done 1,400 damage, which isn't terrible in a tier 10 game. And we're just kind of seeing where we can go to get some damage. With the Unicums gone, it's really there's a very good chance of us winning this game now. So of course I pull out and the Yag Tiger's gun is in my way, which is nobody's fault, you know, just happens. And unfortunately, I eat a shot from the IS-3, and I think, you know, there's a 257 and an IS-3 back there, and I'm a one-shot, basically. If they roll just a little bit high, I'm a one-shot for them, and we've got tons of tanks over there to help. Those guys are going to die guaranteed. But this T95, he's a fairly good player, but he's alone, and so I'd like to go support him and possibly get some free shots on the other Lorraine 40T, and also prevent the Bat Chat from coming over. At least I can get free shots if he does. And we shoot at the Lorraine and we track him, which actually probably was a good thing. It gave that T95 some time to turn around and get positioned. So I'm okay with that, just that tracking shot. So now we've hit the Lorraine and he's down to a one shot regardless, and he is not sticking around to take aimed shots. So my guess is his clip is empty, and I want to see where this prototype is. I thought maybe he was out in the middle, but he was not. So we're just going back to support the T95. And we're definitely a support tank at this time because we have 400 health. Of course, now that the Lorraine is a one-shot, it doesn't really matter that he's an auto-loader. So he gets taken out, and that's pretty much the end of the game. I mean, I ended up with 2152 damage, but I was able to prevent that IS-7 from coming up and over, and we were able to kill off him and the Lorraine first, so that we could get rear shots, although it didn't quite work out because the VK died too quick. We were able to get some shots on that IS-7. So it just goes to show you, if a team is being overly aggressive, there's ways to punish them, and that's what we did, even with a really poor gun in this game. This grind is hard because I've got to get a lot of experience to get the top gun, and the top gun's very nice, but it's low DPM. So at any rate, we'll speed this up because really there's not much more to it. I think that T28 prop might be over here, and he ends up being elsewhere, basically. So the M103, I believe, gets the kill. Nope, the M103 dies to him, but he's done for. So anyway, it's that's. I hope you enjoyed it. I am trying to put up stuff that is maybe a little more educational rather than just face rolls and great games by me, because I think a lot of people, you end up in a tier 8 or a tier 9 in a tier 10 game. You've got to play support to some extent, and that's what we did, and I wanted to show how I did that. So let's go ahead and go to the after action report, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, here we are at the after action report. It was only a second class, and we got a Confederate because we shot a lot of different tanks, basically. We ended up with 2,100 damage, 972 base XP, which isn't fantastic, but it was second on the team for XP. Of course, a lot of guys did more damage than me, but they were in tier 9s and 10s, so we were able, and their IS-7 got 1,500 damage. One of the Lorraines, the better players on their team, got 1,200. The VK got 2,700, and their other Lorraine only got 900 damage. So our team was able to really rebuff their really aggressive advance and win the game. So 22 shots fired, 19 hits, 10 pens. That's good enough for a 70,000 credit loss. But that's the way you have to play this thing. With 226 pen and a tier 9 is not enough. And then we ended up damaging 8 and killing 2, which gave us the what is that? The Confederate medal. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch up with you next time. If you're looking to see more videos, please do subscribe, tell your friends, and share these videos, and we'll get a bunch of people in here so they can watch the replays. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description below to my email in case you want to have your tank game highlighted. So thanks again.